Hey everyone and welcome back. So I have some news updates to bring to you today. A couple things, including something going on over Vinegar Syndrome this weekend, which I definitely want to get to. But first, I just want to do a couple things real quick. So I have updates on two releases. One of them I'm actually excited for, and that is indeed coming November 15th is Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, his breakout film, to 4K, that is coming from Lionsgate, and it has been detailed, not a whole ton on it, but at least it does have a couple things. It does have a new 4K restoration of the film, and it will be in HDR and Dolby Vision. We'll have deleted scenes, Playing It Fast and Loose featurette, profiling Reservoir Dogs featurette, and it'll have a 5.1 audio mix, and it doesn't look like it's going to have the original stereo theatrical mix. Unfortunately, again, not to beat that thing into the ground, but you know, that should be standard on all releases to always have the original theatrical mix as an option. But I am happy to finally have Reservoir Dogs in 4K, and then also indeed we are going to be getting Pulp Fiction in 4K, just waiting on the details on that one as well. Speaking of details, Scream Factory has detailed their upcoming 4K release of Joe Dante's Piranha, which is due out November 1st. Now pretty much this is going to mirror their previous Blu-ray from a couple years ago, their restored version of it. In fact, they are even using the same 4K scan, it looks like, that they did for that, which is great because that Blu-ray looked really fantastic. There's nothing wrong with the scan, but they did go back and for this release, they did actually go through and give it a proper 4K restoration for 4K, which is slightly different than when you know your end version is going to be, you know, HD as opposed to 4K. It's obviously a lot more involved in the 4K. So they did go back and do that. It looks like all the extras are the same compared to their previous Blu-ray release. It is going to have be in mono, so have the original theatrical mono mix. Thank you. Will be in Dolby Vision. Has the commentary tracks. Looks like the only thing new that they did add. I mean, there's a ton of extras on it already, so I don't know what else they could have done, but they did actually add a brand new interview with director Joe Dante, which I do appreciate. And again, that's coming November 1st. Severin has announced their titles for December, or at least some of their titles for December, and the three that I don't know how many of you are going to be excited about these. I'm really excited because they are three Bruno Mattei films. Now, for those of you who don't know, Bruno Mattei, that's the best way to put it. Bruno Mattei, it was almost like the Italian Ed Wood, you know, in some ways. He's kind of one of those guys, like, his films are kind of like so bad they're good, and they're just entertaining. Honestly, I mean, a couple of them were, unfortunately, a little too bad, but most of them for me I find very entertaining, and we're getting three more of his films coming to Blu-ray in December thanks to Severin. So first up is the film Double Target. It has a new 2K transfer from the original negative, and it'll have Italian Masters of War interview with co-director screenwriter Claudio Fragasso, All About the Sentiment interview with screenwriter Rossella Drudi, as well as trailers, English stereo and Italian stereo. But it is going to be Region A locked, so do keep that. Actually, I think all three of these titles are Region A locked, so just kind of keep that in mind. I'll kind of confirm that as we go through. But next up is the film Cop Game, also getting a new 2K transfer from the original camera negative, and has Sweet Home Manila interview with screenwriter second unit director Claudio Fragasso, Giallo in Saigon interview with screenwriter Rossella Drudi, The Last King of the Philippines interview with producer Franco Gaudenzi, extended scenes, and the trailer. And yes, it is Region A locked as well. And then finally, the film Born to Flight, which is also getting a 2K transfer from the original camera negative. And this is actually going to have two cuts of the film, the original theatrical cut as well as an extended cut, and there's about a 3-minute difference between the two. One of them is 90 minutes, the other one is 93 minutes. And it has an audio commentary track with actors Brent Huff and Mary Stavin on the theatrical cut only. Mr. Cobra Dundee interview with screenwriter assistant director Claudio Fragasso, Cigarettes in Heaven interview with screenwriter Rossella Drudi, as well as the trailer. And again, this is Region A locked as well. Now, for those of you who are Bruno Mattei fans like me, this is actually really great news. I'm excited. Actually, I don't think I've actually seen either any of these, if I'm not mistaken. So hey, a new Bruno Mattei film for me to check out, especially 3, is good news in my book. And then finally we get to Vinegar Syndrome. So this weekend, Vinegar Syndrome is having a pre-order special for their Black Friday titles, which of course are in November. And they usually do this twice a year, you know, for their Memorial Day weekend and then their Black Friday stuff. Well, they'll have actually a pre-order option where you can just get your order in early and you get it for a slightly discounted price. So indeed, they are doing that here. Now, 2 of the titles have not been announced yet, so you are taking a gamble if you do want to go for like the bundle, or if you want to get the surprise titles, which we won't know until November. But let me just do the surprise titles real quick. So as it says on their site, we've hopefully demonstrated in the past, we often save the weirdest and wildest films as surprises, and this upcoming set will be no different, including a film that has joined the ranks of legendary "how did this get made" with these people starring in it exploitation epics, and the other, the crazy debut film from a director who clearly loved the slasher and giallo genres as much as we all do, resulting in an effortlessly entertaining slice of murderous perversity. You really can't go wrong. Now, one of these is going to be actually a 4K release, and the other one will be Blu-ray only. But again, have no clue what they are, unfortunately, until November, so you're taking a gamble, but I mean, considering one of them is also a 4K release, like, it should be, at least, hopefully it should be actually a good one. And now we get to the other movies that you can pre-order either individually or in a bundle. First up is the film, which is getting a 4K release, of The Invisible Maniac from 1990, and it is going to be a 4K release. It's getting a new transfer from its original camera negative, and the included Blu-ray with it will also be region-free. Now, it doesn't have any of the extras just yet. Those will be announced down the road. But I know this is a title that a lot of people have been asking for a while. Next up, they actually have another Hong Kong film, so I'm glad that they're moving ahead with these. So next one is the film Burning Paradise, the Ringo Lam film from 1994, right? 1994. Now, this is a Blu-ray. It's got a new 2K restoration from the original 35mm camera negative, and it will be region-free, which is good, but same thing, extras will be announced at a later date. Next one is a box set, and is the volume 2 of their Homegrown Horrors line. So they have 3 movies, 3 Blu-rays. And first one is the movie Moonstalker from 1989. It's getting a new transfer from the original 16mm camera negative. And then the movie Dead Girls from 1990. Also getting a new transfer from the original 16mm camera negative. And then finally, the film Hanging Heart from 1989, being restored from the original 35mm camera negative for that one. And all 3 of these are region free, so it's good news there. Again, no extras just yet. Those will be announced later. But I'm glad we are getting a volume 2 of this. Hopefully there's going to be more to come. And then finally, the next one in their Vinegar Syndrome Ultra series, which is their sort of special 4K series that they've done. They only did a couple so far. Was the Beastmaster was one. It might have even been the first one. I think Six String Samurai, I think, was one. Cloak and Dagger from earlier this year. That was another one. And the new one is indeed Roadhouse. The Patrick Swayze film is getting a 4K release from Vinegar Syndrome in their Ultra line. So it's going to be in that special case and come with a bunch of extras and all kinds of stuff. Now, details are going to have not been announced yet. Those will be coming out down the line. But it is getting a brand new 4K restoration from the original camera negative. It will include a Blu-ray, but do note that the included Blu-ray will be region A locked. But obviously, the 4K is region free. Thank God. 4K releases about 99% of the time are in fact region free. So again, what's happening here is they're having just a pre-order special this weekend where you can pre-order these. Again, these aren't due out until November. Probably won't even ship out to December, just as a heads up there. But if you want to pre-order them now, including the 2 secret titles, if you want to go for the bundle or something and sort of take a chance there, you can get them cheaper now than you will if you wait until later to get them. And this pre-order special does go through Sunday night. Now, it doesn't mean you can't order them later. I don't think they take them off the site. I think you can still order them, but the special price won't be there anymore. So just wanted to give you guys the heads up on these. I know there's still a lot more I need to get to. In fact, even a couple of videos of other kinds I need to get to, including an update video, which should be up soon, as well as my infamous pickups video, which is coming, stuff that I've gotten in actually over the last couple months that I've been meaning to talk about. Plus a lot of other things as we get closer and closer to October, which I'm very excited about. So definitely let me know your thoughts on these announcements. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.